You know, you either love them or hate them. Now the city of Grand Rapids is looking at ways to create more bike lanes in the city.
This will impact both riders and drivers. 24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey is live, breaking these details, all new at 6 o'clock. Joe?
Hi, Sue. You know, every community uses what they call a master plan. It's kind of a roadmap to the future for everything from, say, neighborhood planning to creating more parks and recreation space. Well, this time, the city of Grand Rapids is talking about a master plan for bicycles. For some, it's just an easier way to get around.
Plus, it gets me out and you can breathe the air and you just feel better.
The city of Grand Rapids wants to create a more bike-friendly place for cyclists through a master plan.
Really, the notion of these plans is to put in place for a long period of time over a number of years a strategy.
The strategies were developed after a recent trip taken by Sundstrom and other city officials, community activists, and others to Chicago. The group brought back some of the ideas that work in the Windy City, where 3% of the people who commute downtown every day do it on a bike. Grand Rapids Bike Master Plan includes doubling the number of streets in the city with bike lanes from 8 to 16%, but with a more strategic approach.
As opposed to just throwing down a lane wherever we have a wide street, let's think about creating a network.
Creating a kind of highway for cyclists to get around. Bike lanes would still run along city streets, but with more physical separation between vehicles and bikes. Right now, about 1% of people commuting to downtown Grand Rapids do it on a bike. While Sundstrom wants to increase that number, it raises the question, should taxpayers have to pick up the bill, about $60,000 annually, for a comparably low number of commuters?
If we don't create these options, we're not going to grab those young professionals, and they're not going to want to stay in Grand Rapids.
Now, I know what many of you are asking right now, when are bicyclists going to start following the rules of the road like drivers? And at the same time, a lot of cyclists are asking when are drivers going to start sharing the road with them? Well, to that end, the city has received a $500,000 grant from MDOT to try to educate both drivers and bicyclists so they can share the road and a little bit of harmony when it comes to being on the road together. Live in Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, 24-hour News 8.
Okay, strong feelings on both sides of that issue, Joe.
Yep, sure is.